I've gotten pretty good at sticking to a routine. It keeps me sane, keeps my mind from running off the rails. Today, though, I'm not sticking to anything. I have a plan. Get in, get what I need, and get out. If that doesn't work, well, there's no real backup plan. The store is mostly empty, save for the usual broken shelves, junk scattered across the floor. It's really a skeleton now, but it has some of what I need. I'm trying to move quietly, methodically, trying to not draw attention to myself. The zombies don't always hear you if you stay calm, if you keep your distance at least. I've been stuck in Louisville for 6 months, watching the city rot, and every day it feels more like a cage. What I really want, more than survival, more than the next meal, is peace. A cabin out in the woods somewhere, far from all the noise, somewhere I can build something from scratch. No people, no screams, no chaos, just me and the land. It's a stupid dream, I know, but it's something that keeps me going. I'm done with the cities, I'm done with the crowds, and I'm done with this damn apocalypse trying to grind me down. If I'm gonna live through this, it's not gonna be somewhere crumbling building or behind locked doors. Just my luck. The street is crawling with them. I can hear their growls and shuffling getting louder. I have no choice but to run. Panic starts to set in, my anxiety crawling up my spine. I can't slow down, but I don't know how much longer I can keep this pace. I can't look back. The horde is closing behind me. The sounds of moaning and shuffling getting louder in my ear. A fence. Nothing special, but it's a chance. No time to hesitate. I pick up the speed, grab my crowbar, and I move in. I grab the duffel bag and keep moving. The weight of it feels like a small victory, like I'm one step closer to getting out of this hellhole. I just can't slow down. Hopping fences saved my life. I'm able to easily duck into one of these houses, climb the stairs, and find a room to hide in. I listen closely. The sounds of the horde are moving away, thankfully, but I can't let my guard down just yet. I sit there for what feels like hours, trying to calm my breathing, forcing my muscles to stop shaking. The thought of leaving the city is overwhelming, but I know I have to. Can't stay here, not anymore. For now, I need a temporary base, somewhere I could lay low and figure out my next steps. This house has a fireplace. If I can replace the doors and fortify the windows, I can find a way to keep myself warm here. I guess this will be my temporary base for right now. The sun is setting. The last of the light I guess I don't know what to do. I don't have much left. There's some books. They feel like my only lifeline right now. Settling into the chair, crack open one of the survival tactics and let myself unwind. Tomorrow will be another day, another challenge. But for now, I'll let the words of the book calm me and let the quiet of the house settle over me. Tomorrow's problems will wait, and I'm ready. For a moment, I think I might still be dreaming. The thick blanket tangled around me, the quiet, feels almost normal. But when I look out the window, I see the same barren street I've come to know too well, the same emptiness. The dream from last night sticks with me. Fighting zombies in my apartment parking lot, shooting my old handgun wildly as they claw at me. I can hear their bodies hit the floor, the snapping of my own breath. That dream felt so real, too close to the surface of my reality. I don't have my old handgun anymore, but there's no time to dwell on it. It's time to get moving. I step outside and survey the area. The cold air instantly gnaws at my face. The crowbar does its job. The zombies don't put up much of a fight. They're slow, predictable. It's almost too easy, but I know better to think that means I'm safe. Heading into the neighborhood, I start looting kitchens, hoping for food, supplies, anything that will help me build a stockpile. I can't help but notice how much this all feels like hunting. I spent years tracking and observing creatures, figuring out their habits, and now I'm doing the same thing, except instead of tracking deer or bear, I'm tracking the dead. They're not smart, not like humans, but they're dangerous in their own way. I can see the parallels. It's easier to cope with this when I think of it like that. Looks like my luck hasn't run out yet. Find a couple goods, a couple supplies, a couple more books, and a note. It's written quite quickly. If you're reading this, then I'm sorry. We waited as long as we could, but your dad heard at work that the army is closing off the city. I know the hospital got you working 12s. Do you remember the little lakeside camp we visited last summer? That's where we are. We think you should be quiet. We think it should be quiet, and your dad has his fishing gear. We left some chicken in the stove. Come as soon as you can. I read it twice, making sure I'm not imagining things. Closing off the city, that means there's a checkpoint, and if the army is gone, then it got overrun. If it's anything like the rest of the city, I can't think about this. I'm gonna need something sturdy. A car, a vehicle to get me past what's left of that barricade. Okay, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. The thought of a car makes me uneasy. I'm used to thinking of ways out, something to get me where I need to go, but now it feels like that's my only option. I don't know how many zombies are at the checkpoint. I don't know what the situation's like over there, and if it encompasses all of Louisville. I'm trapped. No, I'll find a way out. I promise I will. I wake up earlier than usual. The silence is thick and the air is cool against my skin. The stillness of the morning always gives me a strange sense of peace. In the old world, I wake up early to go for a hike or spend time with a book. Now, reading's all I got. When it gets light enough, I close my book and set it aside. Today's the day I make a big play. A high-risk one, but if it works, it'll pay off. I can feel it. I need to figure out a way to clear the streets so I can get to the gas station and warehouses. There's loot there, gas, food, tools, and I need it. The problem is the number of zombies in the area. So I'm going to draw them all in, create a commotion, burn them off with the pipe bomb I found yesterday. If I gather enough in one place, I should be able to set them all on fire and then use an abandoned building so they can burn off in there. It's dangerous, stupid really, but it's the kind of bold move I have to make if I'm going to get out of here. Good throw, but it's not over yet. I duck into a nearby warehouse, circling around the back before anything can notice me. The flames will spread, catching the zombies as they stumble around. Hopping a fence, I move quickly as I circle around to another warehouse. I have to keep my distance from the burning mess, but I can't afford to lose focus. More stragglers are wandering around, and I don't have time to play cat and mouse. Taking them down one by one carefully and efficiently, but my heart is pounding. I can feel the strain in my muscles, the weight of the crowbar in my hands. It's dark. There's a lot to go through. Shelves of goods, boxes stocked high. I take a deep breath. Whew. I find perishables, non-perishable foods, water, tools, everything I've been looking for. Nails, screws, even clothes that I could use. But then I realize a flaming zombie wander in, setting the shelves on fire. The fire's gonna quickly spread. I need to get out of here. I'm exhausted. My muscles are aching from today's work. But I feel lighter. I got my supplies. I got my tools. Today, I win. Feels great. Tomorrow, I can plan the next steps. But for tonight, I'll rest. I think I've earned it. I could hear the wind howling through the cracks of my temporary home. I roll over to see snow falling, relentlessly blanketing the ruined world outside in a cold white silence. I sit up to think the warehouse raid was both a success and a disaster. Tools, food, and materials salvaged, but the place is gone, reduced to ashes. No going back for a second haul. But today, I'm going to focus on fortifying. This home, too many holes, too many ways for zombies to get in. It's barely just four walls, and it's barely keeping me alive. But for now, let's just get some stuff done. Bundled against the cold, I head out into the storm. The weight of the axe on my shoulders, a comforting feeling, something of purpose. The tree stands stoic and bare, the bark crusted with frost. I swing my axe, each chop echoing sharply, a rhythm that keeps me moving in the biting wind. The wood splinters and falls. It's slow, grueling work, but I need every plank. Oh, that's a surprise. I guess this area wasn't clear after all. Scavenging nearby homes, old tables, chairs, even the wooden planks on the windows. Everything here is useful. I can use it all to fortify my windows and hopefully block off the doors. But I still need a way out to walk in. Guess I'll leave the front door for now. It's a risk. It's a major risk. But we'll try it. We'll try it temporarily. As I drag a load of wood back to the base, frustration starts to bubble under the surface. The walls I'm hammering together are functional, sure, but they're shoddy at best. I picture the lodge I want to build, sturdy, weatherproof, a real sanctuary. But my hands, calloused as they are, aren't skilled enough. I don't have the knowledge. Every misaligned plank and loose nail screams at me at this base won't last. I need to learn, and fast. Somewhere out there in this frozen wasteland, there are books that hold the answers, guides to carpentry, blueprints for survival. If I want to build something better, something I can trust, I'll have to find them. For now, I brace against the cold and get back to work. The storm isn't letting up, and neither can I. The first rays of dawn creep through the frosted windows, but I'm already awake. Restless? Unsure. The house I've fortified feels quiet. Too quiet. It's a sign that presses in on me, reminding me how much I've stripped away of this neighborhood. If I'm going to make it a real progress, I need to push further. Up the street, I search house after house. Each door I open feels like I'm unlocking a time capsule. Frozen. Lives abandoned to chaos. By late morning, I've got a decent haul. Several weapons, a few rifles, tools for survival. I lug the load back to base, heart pounding from exertion. As I reach my barricades, my pulse quickens for a different reason. Damn it! How do they follow me back? Gripping my crowbar tight, I take them on. The fight was brutal, my swings sloppy from fatigue, but I managed to put them down. By noon, I'm on the road again. My legs ache, my body protests, but I push through the soreness. Every car I pass, I check. Locked, dead batteries, no gas. It's maddening. I rest in an abandoned truck for a while, but even as I sit, my mind races. Time is running out. I force myself to my feet, and I keep moving. Eventually, I stumble upon a factory parking lot. Hope flickers. Dozens of cars, silent and waiting. I look around. A few zombies wander among them. By 4 p.m., my body is screaming at me to stop. My hands shake as I fend off a small group of undead. One falls, and something glints in the snow. Beside it, a key. My heart skips. I find the truck it belongs to, and for a moment, relief washes over me. But the battery's dead. I don't have tools to repair it. Desperation drives me to a nearby shed. The place is a mess, but luck is on my side. A screwdriver. Finally. The sun dips lower as I work. The sky turning shades of orange and purple. The job is painstakingly slow with how tired I am, but by 8 p.m., I know I can't go any further. I'm so close to leaving this place. All I need now is a working battery. Tomorrow. It has to be tomorrow. The cold morning air stings my lungs as I jog towards the truck from yesterday, excitement fueling each step. As I near the truck, a figure stumbles into view. It's a zombie, but not just any zombie. It's wearing a yellow jumpsuit, like something straight out of Kill Bill. The fight is quick. The crowbar connects, and the zombie drops like all the others. The battery I scavenged yesterday goes in without much trouble, and I siphon the last of my gas reserves into the tank. Every sound I make feels too loud. Twice I had to stop, take out zombies sneaking up on me. The tension is maddening, but finally, the truck seems ready. Before leaving, I decide to check out the factory building. There might be some supplies in there, food, maybe some tools. My confidence gets a little better than me though. After clearing the ground floor, I push upstairs. Bad idea. Halfway up, the groans of the undead echo down the stairway, and I'm face to face with a group of them. Panic sets in. I scramble back, heart hammering. I barely make it outside, slamming the door behind me. But when I reach the truck, it refuses to start. My hands shake as I twist the key again and again, but it's no use. The groans are getting louder, closer. I don't have time to figure out the problem. I ditch the truck and run. Leading the horde away from the parking lot, adrenaline kicks in, and I circle around the office building and a nearby storage building. Picking off the stragglers is exhausting, but I'm rewarded with one of the zombies drops a sledgehammer. A small victory. I double back to the truck. The area is clear for right now. A quick search of the other heavy-duty vehicles turns up a better battery. I installed it. Every movement rushed, clumsy with nerves. When the truck roars to life, relief washes over me. I glance at my watch, and it tells me it's 4:50 p.m. I'm starving. The truck handles surprisingly well. Along the way, I spot a U-Haul storage trailer. Attaches to the truck. Perfect. It'll give me extra space for my supplies. I step out and inspect the trailer. It's mostly empty, but I managed to find a car battery jump starter. I need to stay sharp, keep my head level. This kind of luck doesn't last forever. I need to be smart about every move I make going forward. Tomorrow, I hit the road. Louisville's days of holding me hostage are now over. The morning is colder than usual. Or maybe it just feels that way because of my nerves. 6 months, half a year in this hell. And today, I'm finally leaving Louisville. My mind is a storm of thoughts. What if the truck breaks down? What if I can't make it past the checkpoint? Do I even have a backup plan? I can't shake the unease. To calm myself, or maybe to feel more in control, I grabbed the shotgun I looted earlier, just in case. With trembling hands, I pack my bags, cramming everything I can carry. Food, tools, weapons, loaded up to the truck methodically, trying to focus on the motions and not on the anxiety gnawing at me. This isn't just leaving a city. This is leaving behind 6 months of surviving, of scraping by, of becoming someone I don't even recognize anymore. I start the engine, and the truck rumbles to life. The sound steadies me just a little bit. Before I can even make it down the block, the first obstacle rears its head. A large group of undead, crowding the street like a parade. My heart races as I maneuver the truck around them, the tires crunching through the snow, and bodies alike. I can't afford to stop. Not now. I veer into the back road, hoping for a smoother ride. The further I go, though, the more roads closes in. Abandoned cars and wandering zombies force me to zigzag, the truck taking more hits than I like. Every groan of the metal makes my stomach lurch. As I pass a row of mansions, flicker of hope, surely these quieter streets will lead somewhere safe. That hope dies quickly, though. A roadblock looms, cutting off my path. My first instinct is to plow through it, but the truck is worse for wear. I slam on the brakes and reverse. The undead are swarming closer as I retreat. I find another street. Navigating carefully through the trees and snow, the horde thickens, and every glance in the rearview mirror makes my anxiety spike. I grip my wheel tighter, jaw clenched. I have to keep going. I have to. Eventually, I spot a street leading into a neighborhood. It's a gamble, but it's better than turning back. When the area is clear, I pull out the sledge, hoping to break through the fence, but my body betrays me. Too cold, too tired. I stand there, breath fogging the air, staring at the unyielding barrier. My hands are shaking, not from the cold this time, but from pure frustration. I've come so far. Too far to stop now, but I'm spent. Defeated, I climb back into the truck. The cab was cold, but at least it's some shelter. As I pull my coat tighter around me, I stare at the darkened street, the fence barely visible in the moonlight. Sleep creeps in, but it's not restful. I'm angry, bitter, and desperate. Tomorrow, I'll try again. I have to. I don't have a plan, just frustration and exhaustion, but staying put isn't an option. I decide to head back the way I came, hoping to find another path out of this nightmare. As I drive, the undead begin to reappear, dotting the roads in clusters. Anxiety bubbles up and I panic. The realization hits me like a punch to the gut. I'm stranded. A horde closes in, surrounding the truck. Desperation kicks in as I grab my weapons and scramble out. In my rush, I trip, landing hard on the frozen ground. Pain shoots up my arm. I see blood seeping from the fresh scratch on my forearm. The flames ignite, a few of them, giving me a chance to bolt into the forest. The run is chaotic, my breath ragged, my body screaming in protest. Injured and shivering, I take them down and quickly grab whatever I can to patch myself up. But the groans of more undead echo in the distance. My head pounds, my arm aches, and my truck is the lifeless hunk of metal. More frustration wells up as I realize the engine is beyond repair. This is my fault. I panicked. I didn't think. Maybe I should have just sledgehammered again on the fence. Maybe I shouldn't have rushed. Ugh. The thoughts gnaw at me as I head into the nearby neighborhood, searching for another vehicle. Snow falls lightly, but the cold is relentless. My nose runs, and I feel coughs like it's fire in my chest. I find a quiet house to rest in briefly, collapsing into a dusty bed. The silence is deafening, save for my ragged breath. The mistakes I made replay over and over in my head. I should have been better, smarter. Now I'm paying for it. After a short rest, I forced myself back onto the streets, driven by sheer willpower and desperation. Every car I find has the same problems. No keys, no gas, or a dead battery. My coughing worsens, and in each fit alerts a nearby zombie. Anger boils over. I'm done running. One of them catches me off guard. It claws in my side, leaving a laceration. I retreat to a house to patch myself up, but the horde is relentless. They pound on the walls and doors, their groans filling the air. With no other choice, I fling the front door open to lure them inside, hoping to split their numbers. But as I move, the exhaustion and sickness takes their toll. I trip. Before I can recover, teeth sink into my hand. The pain is blinding. I'm at my limit. Tired, injured, sick. My breath comes in a ragged gasp as I fight the ones that follow, but it's no use. They surround me, their cold, dead hands dragging me down. I swing wildly, refusing to give up. I don't want to die. I can't die. But the dead, they don't care. Their weight overwhelms me, pulling me towards the ground. My screams are swallowed by the cold, unyielding night.